Obviously a very well-rested LAFC group after heavy rotation in Dallas over the weekend, but a slight tweak here from Steve Cherundolo.
The biggest idea within this change into the three is about mobility on the back four and his fear of what could be a very speedy Sporting Kansas City team. As you move forward, he talked about the transitional moments, and he feels like they need to go lateral before they go vertical to shift this Sporting Kansas City squad. But chance creation and game management at a premium, that's the area they've lacked in the most over these past couple of matches.
Look at our refereeing crew for this evening. Armando Villarreal, the 38-year-old, is going to be the main man in charge, and he is flanked by Justin Howard and Jeffrey Creason, while Victor Rivas is your fourth official. And a couple thousand miles away in the VAR facility in Arlington, Texas, Jose Carlos Rivero is going to be the chair of the Committee of Ambiguity and in charge of any dicey decisions this evening. Meanwhile, the starting 11 for the challengers, Peter Vermees and Sporting Kansas City. Devin.
You want to keep an eye on the outside, certainly with Logan Ndembe and Kyrie Shelton, their ability to thwart off those attacks in the transitional moments.
And Armando Villarreal gets us underway from BMO Stadium. We invite you to turn off the world and turn on the game. A champion will be had here in Los Angeles.
Team to have some real motivation and success going into this final.
Here's Palencia. And Jake Davis, another homegrown product, able to defend the speedy Spaniard and then concedes a corner in the process in the first of the night for the black and gold. Set pieces can always be the X factor in a final such as this. It will be an outswinger from the Polish international, Matej Bogusz. Free header, then cleared away by Logan Ndembe as he was stationed at the near post, and that's exactly what you would like that player to do. Be alert and just simply get it out of trouble. Referee says play on. Bogusz keeps it low. And the challenge from Sporting Kansas City again needed to be there from Robert Vulliner as the German gets a touch to it, and another corner for LAFC.
And the argument is it's from behind on Logan Ndembe. One of the things that you'll notice about 8 minutes into this match is how aggressive this front line is, allowing Palencia and Hollingshead to come high. It's making Sporting Kansas City go a little bit more direct than they'd like to be. Certainly possessionally oriented to find success. Second and third balls is an area that Steve Cherundolo also very clear about they needed to be key in. Back out for Bogusz. Able to stand it up. Giroud looking to battle for position. Hollingshead in the neighborhood. And then eventually cleared away by Castellanos. Sporting Kansas City right now doing a good job of defending and making sure that LAFC can't really settle into a rhythm. There's Logan Ndembe on the turn and threading it through for Shallowy. Early ball intended for Polito. It gets through. Here's Polito! And Hugo Lloris for the first time tonight called into real action. Kyrie Shelton trying to get on the better side of Matej Bogusz, but again, an excellent work rate from one of your more talented players for Steve Cherundolo. Tillman. Pickpocketed by Tommy. So clever in the open space is the German. The Canadian Bassong. Johnny Russell. Figured why not, and Lloris again needing to be sharp. Vulliner looking to just send one into the channel, and was never going to find either Ndembe or Eric Tommy. The challenge though from Tommy, providing Segura with a few different problems here. Giroud trying to cushion it down for Bogusz, and
Bogusz wanting a dangerous play on Davis, who led with his studs, and now Russell attempting to split both Hollingshead and Lewis O'Brien. And now Bouanga isolated again with Kyrie Shelton. Bouanga, Bogusz. Big time block there from Logan Ndembe. Half an hour gone and another corner to the black and gold.
It's cleaner. You actually had Lewis O'Brien in transition on the far side, but on the inversion here, great vision by Denny Bouanga. And this touch right there, Bogusz is actually trying to bring this ball back across. You can see the frustration by Bouanga on the diagonal inside the top of the 18. But the ability on a dime. Beautiful little turn back across Logan Ndembe on the recovery run. You know, his addition back into this squad was needed. It was an absolute necessity, as good as Tim Leibold has been over the course of the year, and certainly the last couple of matches. Logan Ndembe gives you a different dimension on both sides of the ball, represented perfectly in that moment.
Another outswinger from Bogusz, free header for LAFC, and Tim Melia able to gobble it up despite the handball claims from LAFC.
I wonder at what point in time if they try and go an alternate route here as opposed to just that isolated ball. Penalty mark to the back stick. Redirect all the way back across. A little bit cute on the top of the 18.
Giroud. Bouanga. Carried away by Melia. And it feels like right now Sporting are going to get themselves in trouble. It's going to be those giveaways when they are expanding and trying to build out of the back. And the noise continues to expand from the 32-52. Providing an electric atmosphere befitting of a final. Met by the... And Robert Volader will be the first one to tell you that's not his shining moment of the evening.
Thought that was you on Sunday.
Now.
Flashbacks.
If it was on my left, it wouldn't look like that. If it was on my right, it would. Bouanga spinning away from Basong. Still Bouanga blazing past Shelton. Giroud, and a big save from Tim Melia. Well, that was the best moment of the first half, and Tim Melia up to the task.
Kyrie Shelton had done a really good job the past couple of trips down the field against LAFC of locking down the spots, but this one, he's just a little bit slow in his reaction point. As Basong rotates out, he has to go out and provide coverage sooner. You have to eliminate the threat of Denny Bouanga in that continued movement coming forward. The way that he shifts his body, it is incredible to watch him go from 0 to 60 in a moment's notice.
And that was the first time we've really seen Kyrie Shelton flat-footed and just totally beaten for pace by Bouanga. And that's going to do it for the first half. No breakthrough from either side in this Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup final. Tim Melia with one big save to speak of.
But this is going to be a very different conversation in the second half. More energy from both teams for sure.
Well, the second half is officially underway. We are still waiting for our first goal. If we don't have one, of course, we will see extra time. Johnny Russell and Sporting Kansas City return to action this Saturday when they travel to St. Louis in a Midwest showdown. That match is at 8:30 Eastern right here on MLS Season Pass. And Olivier Giroud and LAFC head to Cincinnati this Saturday when they take on Lucho Acosta. Hold that thought for a moment as Bogusz trying to lay it off for Palencia. And taken away by Robert Volader.
That's excellent defending from Chanot.
Bogusz should be outside. Melia caught in no man's land. It's Giroud! And it's the legendary Frenchman who might have just etched his name into American soccer history. 1-0 to LAFC.
extensive conversation with Steve Cherundolo about moving into a 3. Sliding coverage efficiently and frequently. What a point of contact that is by Maxime Chanot, coming right up through the middle. And as quickly as you want to have the... Well, you certainly need to find a little bit more balance within what you're trying to do moving forward. What is that? Well, a lot of this is predicated on the success on the outside due to the elimination of Davis and Basong on a regular basis. If you're coming into Polito, that little ball right there on the drop down into one of your holding midfielders has to be more consistent, but I think you got to find a way to get Johnny Russell more involved in this game. And because of the fact that we've seen Shallowy, it's become a little bit lopsided on the far side for Sporting Kansas City, then it's predictable. And for a defender, you recognize where those pressure points are coming from. You keep it in front of you, wait for that exact moment to step in, and then you come the other way.
Good recovery from Alan Polito because Sporting were exposed for a moment. And now LAFC is, as this is peeled back for Eric Tommy. And there's the leveler. Mr. Reliable for Sporting Kansas City. Gets the underdogs back into this final. It's 1-1.
Two key things coming into the second half, one of which we just hit. It was the involvement of Johnny Russell. The second was in those inverted moments, the half space just on the outside. You allow yourself numbers coming high with Kyrie Sheldon. What a peach of a ball that is by Johnny Russell. Yes, the benefactor of the touch in the midfield, but how quickly he's able to make that decision to spray it to the far side. First touch, beautiful, and Eric Tommy. Oh my. Goal in his addition to LAFC is certainly the most important one at this point in time, though. 20 minutes left on the clock for them to further that narrative.
And now Johnny Russell lofting it in, another hopeful ball.
That's a ball.
And it's in for Alan Polito, who's looking for the curler.
I like that idea right now from Sporting Kansas City, though, trying to find a way just for Alan Polito, just in front of Chanot, off that right shoulder. You come in front of Palencia, that relationship with Sergi Palencia and Ryan Hollingshead, specifically in this back 3. That's not a normal one with Palencia over there, primarily in a more advanced position in a 4 or at that wing back spot when they move into a 3-back.
Given straight back by LAFC, a reckless challenge by Omar Campos. That's his first involvement of the night defensively, and he's immediately going to go into the book of Armando Villarreal. First foul or no.
O'Brien and Tillman in the midfield. That's why Bogus is trying to come deeper, trying to connect that link-up play.
Campos. Bogus! And Milia stays big the entire way.
They got exactly what they wanted, even though the actual connection wasn't through Bogus. Well done by Campos. The whole idea here is he continues to direct. He has to allow Kike Oliveira to come high because they only had one body in. The late runs on the back post weren't there yet. But Tim Melia, Mr. Sporting Kansas City, what an incredible moment in traffic.
Tillman, a free header, knocks it down, and eventually cleared away by Shallowy. Every moment now feels like it could be the moment. Less than 15 minutes to play. Bogus, encouraging ball for Bouanga. Takes it on the first time, and the angle was cut off just enough by Volater and Tim Melia. Shelton in a little bit of trouble. And Armando Villarreal motioning to Bouanga to get on his feet. Steve Cherundolo barking at the fourth official, Victor Rivas, looking for some help. Meanwhile, here's Sporting. Polito. Agata. Blocked by Ilie. Davis getting stuck in. O'Brien, a half-hearted clearance. And now Leibel. Russell in space. Johnny Russell, and handled by Hugo Lloris. And Sporting Kansas City, 2 minutes into stoppage time, knocking on the door. Is there a game winner in regulation? Bouanga around Shelton, but not through Melia. Foul called against Agata. And that's going to do it for the 90 minutes here in Los Angeles. The champion of this U.S. Open Cup will be decided at the bare minimum in extra time. Extra time to decide who is going to hoist the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Sporting Kansas City and LAFC, nothing to separate them at the end of 90 minutes. We'll need an additional 30
to get out of the comfort zone. That's a ball.
Bouanga stays on his feet somehow. Oliveira. Campos. Still Campos! That might be it! That might be the moment! And it's Omar Campos who sends Bimo into a frenzy. 2-1 in extra time.
This is exactly why they brought him over from Santos. His ability in those advanced positions and the way that they utilized him in that system, actually quite similar. But watch the shape after this breaks down for Denny Bouanga. Never really fully regained defensively atop the 18. And as the ball comes back to the inside, it quickly turns into the 3v1. Heads forward facing the entire time, not looking for that.
And that's going to do it for a frantic first half of extra time, particularly those last 5 minutes or so. Omar Campos right now is the hero. Buckle up, 15 more minutes of extra time. If Sporting Kansas City can find an equalizer, we will have penalties. But for the moment, it's LAFC with the advantage. Dangerous ball straight to the feet of Oliveira. Kamara holding things up for the home side. And now Hollingshead in the space for Bouanga. We'll be able to get there. Good looking ball. It's Kamara! And the 40-year-old, for his 11th different club, might have just sealed an Open Cup. He has sealed an Open Cup. LAFC 3, Sporting 1.
It's just the understanding of the moment here for Kai Kamara. Look over the right shoulder. The Kyrie Shelton, the makeshift outside back. One of the biggest assets that he has, speed. The second, his aerial capability. He just doesn't recognize the positioning by Kai Kamara.
That's it. LAFC are champions again. And for the first time